Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Candace Taylor. I'm a personal empowerment and leadership coach, and I am so excited to connect with you all today. I am sharing one of my favorite topics, leadership and personal empowerment, with you all today. And I'm sharing my particular framework, which I call the Light Leadership Framework, that really grounds all of the work that I do with others, that helps me to cultivate inspiration, that helps me to cultivate connections. And I really think it's important that people understand this framework and my approach before they begin thinking about if they want to work with me or connect with the community that I'm creating over at Connecting Creation. So, thought it was important to create this video. If you're watching live, feel free to drop in the chat, ask any questions, share your reflections as we go. And if you're watching in the replay, please, please, please make sure that you let us know what you think. Drop those comments in there. Before I go on, I have to ask you to like and subscribe this video. I want to grow Connecting Creations to make sure that people feel empowered by their lived experiences, and I need your support to be able to do that. So go ahead, click like, click subscribe so that you are in the loop for future videos. Okay, so diving in, LIGHT is an acronym, and it's also the general motif. And I'll start off by describing what this motif of light really represents for myself and for the Connecting Creations brand. I believe that we all have an inner divine creative power. Everybody. We are all creators in our own right because we can make things that did not exist come into existence, right? So both you and I are creators. And I believe that we have the capacity to create darkness, to create evil, to create challenge, to create friction, to create difficulty. And I also believe that we have the capacity to create light, to create goodness, to create access, to create empowering things. And I think that we are constantly creating. We create intentionally and we create unintentionally. And more often than I think people realize, we unintentionally create darkness. And so, one of my missions with Connecting Creations to help people focus on creating light for themselves and for others. And I usually start with helping people create light in their own lives because I believe that that's going to trickle out into the world. And as we ground ourselves in creating light for ourselves, by osmosis, people that interact with us become exposed to that light that we're cultivating in our own lives and reap the benefits of it, right? And so that's what the motif of light means for me. How is the inner world, the life that I'm creating for myself, shining, right? How is that shining and therefore creating light in the lives of others? For the acronym of light, each of those letters represents something to me. And I believe that if we can hone in on these five concepts, then we are able to go ahead and create light in our own lives and be intentional about the creation of that light as well by zeroing in on these five things. So I'll be brief in describing these, but I do think it's important to share them so that you know and understand this approach. So the L stands for lean into your truth. I believe we get taught a lot throughout our lives. We absorb information from our educational spaces, from our family spaces, and from so much more. Society in general teaches us a lot. And as we navigate those teachings, we can feel compelled to go left and right and up and down and around based on the teachings of other people. And while I think that's valuable, I think there's something innately within us that's unique to us. And that taps into that creative divine power that I was talking about before. That is our own truth. And so, as a principal, I start off my teachings and my interactions with those I'm supporting in their cultivation of personal empowerment with helping them to lean into their own truth, to understand what their own unique values are, what their own mission and vision and desire for creation and dreams are. So I start there first and foremost. What is your truth? And I help those clients and friends and family members that I'm engaging with understand what their truth is, define that truth, and then ultimately lean into it a little bit more, making sure that they feel comfortable expressing their truth, making sure that they are creating intentionally in alignment with their truth. So that's the L, lean into your truth. The I is invite and investigate possibilities. So once you have that established truth, I think we can continue to build on that and invite experiences, invite opportunities that feel aligned with our truth. And then once we kind of open ourselves up for various possibilities, we start to explore and investigate whether or not they truly have alignment, right? Because when you open yourself up in alignment with abundance mindset, so much is going to come your way, right? That's the invitation. And it's a really beautiful and empowering place to be. But then it's important to be discerning and to say to ourselves, is this in alignment with my truth? Does this help me honor my truth? And then I also support people with making sure that there's a consistent process through which we're making sure that we stay in alignment. As we evolve, as we grow, and I'll get to this a little bit more when I get to the next tenet, our experiences, our needs, our truth is going to shift, right? As we expand, as we evolve, what was truth for us in one moment may not be truth for us in another, and that's okay. And so I also work with those that I interact with and support to make sure that we're consistently in alignment with ourselves by investigating the possibilities, by investigating the opportunities that are part of our lived experience. So that's our second tenet. We've got lean into your own truth, and then we've got invite and investigate possibilities. The next tenet is to go, grow, and glow. So it's threefold. You have to do all three: go, grow, and glow. The go means based on those possibilities that you've invited and investigated, that you actually pushed past any roadblocks, obstacles, fears, self doubt, all that stuff that gets in the way. We go, we move, we take action. Yes, aligned action. We take action. And then we grow through it, right? There's going to be hiccups. There's going to be moments of excitement. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be fear. We acknowledge those things as truth. We acknowledge those things as valid. And then we grow through them. We think critically about how we want to approach the going and the action taking based on our lived experience. And in that combination of taking action and growing and evaluating and evolving, we glow. We celebrate ourselves. We feel the elation and the joy and the reward of going and growing. So that third tenet is go, grow, and glow. And it's following that invitation and investigation of the possibilities. And it's following the exploration of our own truth and really getting comfortable leaning into that truth. Next tenet is to help and heal ourselves. This one is just so important and so near and dear to my heart because I think as I look at my own experience, I was taught more often than not to prioritize helping others, and I really value helping others. But it wasn't until I learned to help and also heal myself, to look at my past traumas, to look at the past hurts that I've had, and to support myself in navigating them, that I really felt like I was living a life that was good, that was juicy, that was worth living, right? Putting myself on the to do list, putting myself on the priorities list was integral to living a happy and fulfilling life. And so during this phase of the work that I do, and as we're navigating this tenet, I really call in holistic resources. I call in natural resources. I call in different forms of self care and self support, such as EFT tapping, such as NLP, um, so many different things, meditation, guided journeys, tarot reading, prayer, like you name it. We explore so many different pathways to helping and healing ourselves, but really looking at this as not a nice to have, but a must have is critical in the work that I do with my clients and with my community. So helping and healing yourself is the fourth tenet. And then our final tenet is trust the transformative process. I think that it's really easy in a capitalist society to get locked in on the outcome, to get locked in on the result that you're expecting. And in that kind of approach, lose sight on the value of the process, lose sight on the value of the experience and the journey that comes along with that ultimate result and that ultimate outcome. I believe that focusing on the process allows us to kick self-doubt, kick self-sabotage, kick uh, the roadblocks out of the way. We kick them to the curb because we understand that every single step that we take has value, and we get to trust ourselves more as a result. So those are the five tenets of the light leadership framework. Lean into your own truth, invite and investigate possibilities, go, grow, glow, help and heal yourself, and trust the transformative process. I use these tenets in everything that I do. I use them to coach myself even, and I certainly use them to coach and interact and support my clients. I believe that when we zero in on these things, we can actually radically shift our lived experiences because we become so much more intentional and we become so much more intimate with ourselves. These really, the key to this is unlocking intimacy with self, right? And I think that is the key to personal empowerment, to self empowerment, and to living the life of our damn dreams. So I'm very curious to hear more about what your dreams are. I'm very curious to hear more about how you believe that these tenets could support you. And of course, if you have any desire to learn more about what we do at Connecting Creations, I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay connected. And I also invite you to sign up for our newsletter. You'll see that link in the description of this video. Please stay in touch. Please let us know how you're feeling. Please share your dreams and your vision. We cannot wait to support you in all that you will do, all that you will be. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Talk soon.